This is an All Sports Station production.
Tonight, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Miami Dolphins. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. Keelan Cole now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jaguars ready to go offensively for the first time with Gardner Minshew, former 6th-round pick at QB.
I know that people like him, and he's kind of a phenomenon in the league as Gardner Minshew. But I'm not sure he gets enough credit for how well he plays the game of football at the quarterback spot. Remember, he was a 6th-round pick, and a surprise 6th-round pick at that. More than held his own as a rookie after Nick Foles' broken clavicle forced him onto the field in the second quarter of Week 1. The Jaguars went 6-6 with him as a starter in 12 opportunities. Now they've got a chance to continue to progress and move forward with Gardner Minshew leading their team.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
On the ready.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out come the Dolphins to take over, and it's Ryan Fitzpatrick in his 16th NFL season now leading the way.
Ryan Fitzpatrick's the kind of guy you want on your team in every situation, whether you want him to be your starter, whether you want him to bridge and help a rookie out like Tua Tagovailoa. It doesn't matter. He can fit every spot you're looking for. He's in the second year of a 2-year deal, with 5-8 and 13 starts last year with 20 touchdown passes. And anytime he's on the field, there could be some Fitz magic.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Fitzpatrick to throw it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Fitzpatrick. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 30 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Devontae Parker able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Cole now on the return. And able to get this out to the 25.
Come on, let's go.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Set, ready? 18, Gator.
A first carry now for Thompson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here comes Grant on the return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
47, right early. 47 is the mark. 47.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Fitzpatrick will hand this to Howard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run with Howard. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and 5. Here's Fitzpatrick. He'll find Williams on the slant. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give to Howard. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now it's 2nd and 9. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Try to punch it in with Howard. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if I was calling plays here, I wouldn't be daunted by going backwards. I still think that in this spot of the field, they can run the football 2 more times, if not 3 more times, whatever it might take to get to the end zone.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's got it. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Cole now on the return. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
It's over. Let's dominate.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. First carry for Raquel Armstead. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Second down and 8.
Here we go.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up. And someone jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Minshew. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Strong left.
On third down, it's Thompson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
And that's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, Those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Well, this is caught by Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Working with a 2nd and 3.
Push him back. Push him back. Check. Cross.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Breida. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second and 8. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. And when you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Fitzpatrick. Flushed out right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Say 20. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They just get the play off. Now Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
5 yards remain on second down.
44.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Punching it in from a yard away. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Sanders on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. For James Robinson, this is a guy that people are just now really getting to know. Undrafted out of Illinois State. Surprisingly shot to the top of the depth chart in Jacksonville following the departure of Leonard Fournette. And he was terrific in his NFL debut. 16 carries, 62 yards. So look out for James Robinson. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw it, Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Let's go. 8, read. Hey, we got 4. Got 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's Thompson. So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Let's go now. 90, Wolf. There we go. Mike 51. Target. Now.
Minshew, 1st and 10. The throw taken in by Cole. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Ready.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run here with Robinson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple, down to the 19. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And able to find Conley. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley there to make the grab. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick got his man complete over the middle. It's Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Fitzpatrick on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Breida on the draw. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Working with a 2nd and 4.
Check, 47.
Again, it's Fitzpatrick. Flush to his right, and he'll get nothing out of that one. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. What a spin. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And we'll see what the big tight end Mike Gesicki and the rest of the offense has in store. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do, because defensively, you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker cover him, cornerback cover him, safety covering him. Always has the advantage. Usually has final answer against anyone who tries to defend him.
Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack. Put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Four yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Now Minshew. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy there to make the grab. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Lambo to add on the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Miami set to take over. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. On the right side open is Gesicki. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Fitzpatrick throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. First down, Fitzpatrick. Thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Running with Howard. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards remain for second down. Again, it's Howard. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
47's the mark. 47's the mark.
To throw again, Fitzpatrick. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And that's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Fitzpatrick again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On first down, it's Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run again here with Robinson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Come on, set. 30 base. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, come. Go.
He'll drop to throw. To Thompson on the screen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That'll be complete to Breida. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Second and 11. Play action now, Fitzpatrick. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. To throw, Fitzpatrick. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
48, come on. Let's go, defense.
Here's Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Here we go, baby. No.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got the hook up with Conley. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Ready up.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Ready, break.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. It'll be Minshew again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. That'll bring up second down. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. Minshew sets to throw. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Jaguars on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough road for Minshew and the Jags. To Thompson on the draw. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Second and 7. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run. Robinson. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got Thompson here, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. A throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. The rookie, Brandon Jones, picks it off. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Miami set to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
It is so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at the 40. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. A gain of 6 there on first. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Down.
2nd and 4.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Looking long for Westbrook. And incomplete on the deep ball. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4. And that is incomplete.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Jags come up empty on 4th down, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll begin the drive with Howard, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They go with Howard again. And he stopped immediately there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the delay, here's Breida. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Matt Hawk now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So Minshew and the Jaguars down by 2 touchdowns. 1:47 on the clock. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Set, ready, 50, plant. He don't know no better. Mike, 55, 2.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Throw right side of the tight end to Shaughnessy. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Caught here by Conley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And Minshew going to get him to the line quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Here's Minshew. And able to find Conley. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down now, but that clock rolling. Out of the gun is Minshew. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
51 to mine. 51 to mine.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go, baby. Turn up. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And now look at him go. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.